Ladies and gentlemen, I am Nicole Alvarez. We're live at Weenie Roast, and this is Imagine. Wait, these are Imagine Dragons?
What is the correct way to say that?
This is Imagine Dragons.
This is Imagine
Singular
Dragons.
or plural?
It's like Jeopardy. This is Jeopardy.
Okay.
This is
Them be Imagine Dragons. Yeah,
I mean, I keep second guessing my grammar, but that's neither here nor there. First of all, welcome to Weenie Roast.
Well, thank you very much.
This is
Good to
not
be
your
here.
first rodeo with KROQ.
This is our third or fourth rodeo. I feel like.
I feel like it's more.
At Weenie or
Five?
In general.
At Weenie, in general, yeah, no.
Yeah, we've given you a lot of
general-
Weenie.
Yeah.
Any rodeos.
Every time I look at you, I just want to go thunder, feel the thunder, lightning. That song is so damn catchy.
Thank
I love
you
it
so
so much. Is that a Dan Reynolds origin story?
It is. Yeah.
It is.
I did not have a very good school experience, and so I often actually in sixth grade is when I really went to music as therapy and went to music to say the things that I felt like I needed to say, and so it was my escape. And I didn't show anybody the music for years until I showed my dad. But yeah, Thunder is about kind of feeling like an outcast, but it being what actually drove the art, and it put that angst in me that
The
was
lyrics are
Imagine
great.
Dragons. Thank you.
When you were 13 years old, take me back to when you were 13. Was this the dream?
You know what? It was so far out of belief for me. It's like saying, was Megabucks a dream team? Well, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
but I never thought that I could do it at this level and do it for a living. But music was my everything, right? It's all I did every day when I got home from school, and I was this tiny, skinny kid with braces and an expander at the same time and glasses. And before hipsters took over glasses, they weren't cool. And it was like I was a kid. I was a typical young kid, and music was my recluse.
Let me guess, were you guys the jocks?
I'll have
Can't you
know,
tell?
I was
Hello?
on the varsity frisbee team, so I was pretty cool.
You were on the varsity frisbee
I
team.
was
though.
makes
him
sense.
the-
Really?
the athlete of
There's
the
such a
group.
thing as a varsity frisbee
There
team?
was a junior varsity frisbee team.
Look at the
my school.
pride that kind of warms over him as he's
Second place.
Wow.
I was on the
Okay.
orchestra team.
On the what?
Orchestra team?
You guys are fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, we need
Jazz
to go
band,
out to dinner.
tenor
Jazz band?
saxophone. Woo, woo.
Hello, class president and homecoming king.
Duh.
That's true though.
Until
He
he
really
was
Yeah,
is.
I mean,
impeached.
look at that face.
He got impeached though.
You
He
got
honestly
impeached?
got
I
impeached.
did get impeached.
For what?
I spent all of the school budget on milk and cookies, but just for my classmen. So I guess misappropriation of funds, something like that.
I wish it were so that easy to impeach somebody nowadays, but that's neither. That's
I was
neither
going to say
here nor
that sounds
there.
familiar. Misappropriation of
Yeah,
funds.
that's
Sounds
neither
kind of
here nor
familiar.
there. So let's talk about Evolve. Naming an album is important because it's your blood, sweat, and your tears, and once it's out there, it's out there. So let's talk about the inspiration behind naming it Evolve.
Yeah, I think this record for us, it's our third record. It definitely was an evolution for us sonically. We went into it with a more minimalistic approach and brought in producers, which that was kind of a first thing for us because we've always self-produced and done a couple songs with Alex the Kid, but we've never brought in real producers to sit down and pick apart the band and do a whole record with us. So sonically it was an evolution. Mentally it was a huge evolution for me as well as the guys. Smoke and Mirrors, I was really depressed, and that ended up being kind of this theme of the record, which I did for better or for worse. And I got home and spent a lot of time off the road, did a lot of self-help and self-work, and got in a really good headspace. So
It's a good time for that because I feel like the world's at a really anxious, toxic place, especially
Yeah.
with social media and talking about politics, and everybody's so scared and so angry. So
Yeah.
Evolve, personal evolution, is something we could probably all look into.
yeah.
A lot of
that.
artists, celebrities, athletes, they say that they didn't get into this to be role models. How do you guys feel about the fact that you have this platform? Do you feel a responsibility to be good, to say the right things?
I think you have a responsibility to be socially conscious. I think you have to stand for something. But with that being said, I think there's a way to do things out of love and to still be passionate and, even maybe angry. But I think that the most important thing is that your message is relayed with love. And especially as being an international band and we travel all over, and I think we do feel a responsibility to stand for something, but to also believe in hearing people and hearing their voices and changing your heart and mind. And so, yeah, I do think we have a responsibility, and we didn't get into this to be role models, but this is the position that we're dealt, and so we got into it to hopefully be good people. I wouldn't say a role model necessarily.
All right, that's fair. A lot of the songs that your earlier songs, like It's Time is one of them, have become somewhat anthematic. At what point does this experience become surreal? We'll start down there because at some point you guys have to stop and look around and be like, what the? I can't say the F word, can I? What the fudge is happening?
I think we passed that point long ago, and we're just going along with it.
So you're
now.
just rolling
This
with
is
it.
now us being
Yeah.
comfortable in our skin, I think is what you're seeing for the first time.
What about you guys?
I had a surreal moment when I was watching a documentary called Tickled. It's about
You fascinate me,
about-
Homecoming King.
amazing.
about
You
underground
fascinate me.
tickling ring.
Really?
You watch it. It's
It's
amazing.
incredible. You have to just watch
But
it.
at
a
one
thing?
point, there's a scene where one of the people being featured in the documentary is just walking down the street, and all of a sudden it's just like my face on a giant poster behind him. Like the other guys are kind of blocked with other posters above them, but all of a sudden he just
wow.
walks by me.
Were you friends when you were watching it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
that's gotta be that would blow my mind.
It totally took me out of Tickled.
Sorry, that exists.
the Grammy and everything. That meant nothing to him. It was seeing his face on Tickled.
Oh, and Weird Al doing a parody of
that
our
was
song.
big. That
That's-
was
That's crazy. You know what's funny is I'm gonna probably have some beers, and after the show I'm gonna go back to the hotel and be like, you guys, you gotta come see this thing, and we're
Dude,
gonna watch
Tickled is amazing.
Tickled.
It really is amazing. Seriously, I
You should
can
watch
vouch.
No, I mean you guys are. I can
It-
see
it
the
gets-
intensity in your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Tickled.
It's
As
insane.
15% owner, we believe Tickled is amazing.
That's not true. That's not true. For the
So, just a fun question. What's the rowdiest city you've ever played?
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo, yeah.
Oh, those Brazilians are nuts. In a good way.
Yes.
In a good way.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I will say Portugal.
Lisbon.
Yeah.
Lisbon.
Yeah.
Lisbon.
Oh, yeah.
Fala
Very.
português?
Yeah. Well.
No.
Something about the language. I don't know.
Yeah. And they like to run around naked. And then what's the most intimidating city you've ever played?
I think Los Angeles can be pretty
Yeah.
intimidating
Yeah.
when you're a young band, especially because you're playing in the Roxy and you're playing in the Viper Room, you're playing these places where legends
history,
play.
yeah.
So you feel intimidated, but it's important. I think that you grow as a band because of that. You feel like you have an obligation to step up your game and to really bring it, And so LA is good, but it could be intimidating as a young band.
I'm so damn excited for you guys to get on stage. Like, I can't even get there fast enough. And I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. I feel like rock and roll and music in general is safe in your hands, and you care. I'm gonna cry. And I'm just so stoked for you guys. So thank you for being part of our family. I really mean that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen, Imagine Dragons.